Good morning, everyone. It's me again, Al Brown Spencer. Today is Sunday, the 7th of June, 2026, and it is just past 11 o'clock in the morning. The situation is still the same, and I believe it's getting worse and worse and worse. The reason I'm saying so, because I know for sure that my abusers are trying to make it look like that what I say about that I am not safe and I need protection and so on has no solid ground to stand on and so on. I want to make it clear that I sleep here on the street in San Sebastian since my van has become badly infested with these insects that they infested me with. Hence, I'm having these plugs to those who didn't see my videos before. And sleeping in the open and, in a sleeping bag on the street, whether on a bench or under cover, which is the parade. It's weird, the construction, but it's like there is a place where it's covered so you can stay underneath and all of this by the beach La Concha. So sleeping in the open doesn't mean that I feel safe. I have no other option, and they made it this way. So my abusers are cunning bastards. So they combine what they want to achieve on the level of, or on the security, or on their work-wise authorities and so on, and the mental health. Because they have claimed that there is a phobia or whatever for me locking the doors, blah, blah, blah. I lock the doors because I feel unsafe from what was done to me in the UK and in Germany. Because in Germany, they sedated me, they put in my beer drugs, and I was completely sedated, but I could hear and see, I could hear what was going on, and they opened the door and literally they either gave me something, and I have photos of this in my left arm with a medical gun, or they took blood and so on. So I don't feel safe, but I am not going to be afraid of sleeping in the open. And as I said, they forced this by infesting my van, keeping me homeless, and so on. And by this, they are trying to win a battle that they created. So they made the problem, and they have been trying to search for the clue, or the resolution or the solution for this problem and so on. I've never had any problem psychological, and what was done to me in the UK, they put me in a prison based on fake allegations, and from prison they fake papers, and of course use and abuse and torture in prison and getting beaten up. It's complicated. And then they moved me to a mental health hospital based on this. And this is what they were trying to do, put doubt around my mental capacity and carry it on even after, they released me and I left England and so on, till the moment. They have been using the Mental Health Act widely. And they have been dosing me with drugs every single day, as long as I eat and drink. So in terms of the safety, any country I will go to apply for asylum after Spain and all what was done to me here in Spain, even that I had an asylum application, I will make it clear what kind of protection I need. I need protection so no one can dose me with drugs. And anyone who's basing this on, any bullshit allegations, or, health allegations or whatever, I can get lawyers from the beginning and challenge them, which they literally deprived me from this year. And my goal is justice. That's what I want. I want justice for everything that was done to me. And I want these people to go to prison, 100%. Not only them. There are new generations they train. like their followers, their kids, and all of this. Because believe it or not, it's for them like a kingdom. They literally pass it to the next generation of their family, and so on. And this is about the country where I was born, and so on, and even other countries. It's like it's the same system basically. So yeah, they have been trying to prove that this guy doesn't need protection and this guy is safe. And I promise you, any country I'm going to go and apply for asylum to, I will make it clear to them. Sleeping in the open here in San Sebastian doesn't mean that I wasn't afraid. I had no other choice. This is one thing. They made me homeless since day one. I came here, and anyway, I was homeless since 2020, March 2024, since I was in Germany. And this is another reason why I would never go and live back in Germany, because they allowed this to happen and so on, and other stuff, and the dosing and so on. So yeah, I'm going to make it clear to the governments this way. I need protection 100% to be protected from any politician or any authority that would claim that they have the right to dose me with drugs based on any bullshit, mental health or whatever, or health issues, blah, 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 that they claim and so on. And at the same time, trying to find allegation or find any allegations that they have and so on and challenge it. My goal, as I said, is the same and will never change. My goal is to get 100% justice. And when I say 100% justice, I mean it. Not just my financial compensations. This is a must. This is non-negotiable. And this justice is what I need. Complete justice is exactly what I need. So when I say what I need the most is 100% complete justice. So I get my financial compensations and any money that was invested for me, because these bastards from the country where I was born invested money for me everywhere, including England, the United States, and in many sectors. And this money grew and became lots and lots of money. I want full control over this money, and I want my money, and I want my compensations. And I want these people who got involved in what was done to me, regardless of which country, they must be named and shamed. They must be punished legally, and they must go to prison. This is a must. And I will never give up, and I will never stop. Yesterday, for example, a lady, I talked to her, a French lady, I talked to her about that I want to apply for asylum in France, and I want to move to France, and I need help with my insurance for the van and so on. And then she said to me that there is a farm not far that she knows for sure they need people. So I said to her, of course, I will apply. And she gave me the details. And I phoned the number and so on, and they said, no, they are not looking for anyone. And for me, moving to France and working in France is going to be the same like when I went to Germany. I applied for the asylum, or literally from day one, I secured a job and, getting a legal stay in Germany by getting a job and residency and so on from day one. And at the same time, I went and I applied for asylum in Oldenburg Immigration Center. And it would be the same in France if I moved to France. But for me, France is a promise in terms of the future, because the West Coast, Mimizan, and the West Coast, this is for me a promising land. Like when I was in Germany, for example, and even in Denmark is the same. The land is promising in terms of starting my project once I have my money, my compensations, and so on, starting my farming project and other businesses and so on. France for me is my best option at the very moment. And hopefully these bastards from the country where I was born and any other party will not fuck this up. And hopefully I will get my money, my compensations, and start living my dreams. So yeah, justice for me and protection and asylum is a must. Exposing my abusers and giving all the information I have is a must. And any government I will go and apply for asylum in their country and so on, they must understand that I need protection more than, you know, they think, because my abusers are masters at changing facts, and they have enough authority to those people with drugs and control their lives and so on. And not only this, the country where I was born and their organization, worldwide organization based on their ancient cult, they use magic and they control people, and their magic is so strong. It's unbelievable. And anyone who doesn't believe this, trust me, with all respect, one day you will see that this is a reality. Hopefully soon, when I expose these bastards. So anyway, another thing that I would like to clarify, recently I have been approached, and it has been very obvious. I have been approached and surrounded by great presence of English, or I've been British, from fellow English and British people and culture and so on. And I don't want to be like jumping to conclusion, and I don't want to be like, just thinking about it in my own world and so on. But what I'm going to say now, if it's the reality, then that, it will make everyone happy, basically. And everyone will find out that there is a solution. If the British, or in England, if the authorities in England, or anyone in England with authorities or not, who is keen on helping me to get justice for what was done to me, or finding the truth and so on, the best way is the direct line. Come and approach me and talk to me openly, and we can talk about everything, what was done, how, where, and when, and so on. As long as it doesn't make any difference to you whether I go back to England or not, because deeply down inside my heart and mind, I don't want to, and that's the end of the story. I want to find another place like France, for example, or Denmark, and so on, places where it's new for me. I've never been tortured there. I've never been experienced any bad thing, where I can start over again and so on. And anyway, France is not far from the UK, so I can literally fly to see my daughters when I come down and so on. So yeah, if anyone from England, whether you have authority or not, and whatever you know about my case and what happened and so on, rather than jumping to conclusion, rather than running around in circles, rather than presuming and assuming and all of this, please, you're more than welcome to approach me and talk to me, and we can, see what can we do about this if you really want to help. And for me, just to let you know, justice, 100% justice is a must. Exposing my abusers, and everything was done to me in the UK must be, publicly, published, and publicity is a must, basically, and so on. If you would like to talk about this, and if you want to put solutions for this, and if you want to help, I still need everyone's help. So if you want to help, no problem at all. You're more than welcome. Any attempt to use force against me in terms of going back to the UK or whatever will only result that I will be harmed in the end. So if this is what you want, just make it clear so I can, take my precautions and try to find a solution for this and so on. Although I know I'm being naive asking this, but hopefully people still have honor. Anyway, so yeah, if anyone from England, whether you have authorities or not, you want to have a talk about the situation and how we can find a solution for the situation and so on. Although I know like maybe some people, will say, well, there is nothing. This is just me thinking like this. It's up to you. My goal is still the same, and I will never stop, whether you help or not. Getting justice, 100% justice, exposing my abusers, everywhere in the world. The country where I was born, in England and so on, and other countries that got involved, is not going to stop. And I'm not going to stop this, and it's not going to change. And I still need protection everywhere I go to settle down in a place and call it home and start living and so on. The only difference it makes, that at least it shows that there are still people who are still decent and still honorable, who really want, to fix whether people before did it or whatever. As if you are one of the people who did this to me, still you will have to be legally punished. As simple as that. And I'm not gonna give up taking you to court and so on. This is why I need evidences for things that were done to me. People who have videos of how I was beaten up and so on. People who have access to the personnel in the prison where I used to get beaten up almost every day and what they did and so on. These people with all of this information must step forward and give this information so I can start my cases and so on. As if you want to make it amicably and so on. What has become of these people must be legally punished. This is a must. I mean, these people must get what they deserve. They must legally be punished. And I must get my compensations complete, my freedom and publicity. This is not negotiable. So anyway, again, if anyone from England, whether you have authorities or not, and that's if, of course, if, maybe it's just me thinking, because I've been in contact with lots of British people around here in Donostia, San Sebastian, and so on. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. And I will accept this, no problem at all. But if this is the case and there is someone who really want to, help and fix what was done, just approach me directly. Let's have a talk and so on and see what can be done and so on. And as I said, as long as it's not important for you whether I go back to England or not, because I will not. And also that you don't want to restrict justice, so publicity and so on, as long as you don't want, to strict justice for me and so on, and prevent me from publicity. I have no problem, we can talk and see what's going to happen and so on. And again, if there is any politicians or any people from France, whether you have authorities or not, but you are getting involved in my case and so on, again, you can approach me as well, and we can talk about what the French government can offer me in terms of settling in France, the businesses I'm going to start, the protection I need, and so on. We can talk about all of this and so on. Trying to make it look like this guy's crazy or whatever is not gonna go anywhere. I'm becoming determined every day to get justice for what was done to me. And every time people try to make it look like something else and so on, I'm more determined to get justice for what was done to me. And of course, getting protection and so on. I don't know what else to say apart from I'm leaving San Sebastian. This is a must. Spain is not for me after what I experienced. 1 year here in Spain after applying asylum and to get protection and asylum here. I had no protection whatsoever. And my abusers were doing to me whatever they want. Drugs dosing. And of course, based on all of the bullshit they claim, whether mental health or whatever. And insects infestation. They infested me with deadly insects. And hence I don't sleep in the van any longer. And every time I come to the van like now and sitting here for an hour or two or even 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I get lots of insects from outside and all of this, and they go in my eyes and my body and my throat, and it's complicated. Anyway, so they infested me with insects, and these insects are deadly insects, and they are still in my ears. And the ones in my ears, if I remove the plug and and these insects go and get, to find out, and they find out that there is no plug, they start to produce the larva. And the larva comes out of my ear and literally go in my eye, go in my nose, my mouth, and my head. They go everywhere, and and I mean everywhere. I mean, I pick them even from my growing area and around my penis and so on. So these insects are unbelievable. And as long as these insects in my ears and in my van, I will never be capable, of living a normal life, and I will be irritated and aggravated every single day, because these insects are irritating me, and aggravating me with the larvas and so on every single day. And they cause me lots of trouble for my eyes. And my left eye, they are concentrating on my left eye, and literally they are destroying it. I'm losing my eye, and no one is believing this. No one is believing this, and no one is helping, and so on. And there's another thing. If anyone out there can help with this, to extract these insects in my ears, and then find a chemical that can actually kill these insects that in my body and in my van and so on, that will end these insects completely. And I'm saying so because even if I have to leave my van again and go to France, if I don't get because that might be another solution, and my only option would be left for me, because I have a limit of time that I will be spending here before I actually leave to Bordeaux in France and apply for asylum. And again, if I don't get insurance for my van, I'm gonna leave it here. But my van, I am not intending, to get rid of it unless, I have to sell it here and all of this, so I can get another car and leave, which is still is difficult, because I don't have residency here. So even buying a Spanish car, I don't have a place to call home where I can register it. And even if I go to France, I don't know yet. So it's complicated. The best and easiest option is to get an insurance for my van and trailer, so I can move to France and so on and carry on. And yeah, I'm not gonna get rid of my van. I have no intention of getting rid of my van. Maybe, yeah, if I have to sell it, maybe I have to. There is no other option. But otherwise, this van is part of my history. I slept in this van, and I lived in this van for over 2 years. So I don't know. No matter how rich and how much money I would have and all of this van, I will keep it, and so on. So yeah, this is another thing. They infested me with insects, and these insects are unbelievable. And I need help to get rid of these insects, because my abusers deprived me from any help here in Spain. And I need people who actually believe, and who would look and see and experience, because literally they go and these insects go and get in my eye, around the eyelashes and so on. So if you put anything, like a brush or whatever here, they will get onto it. And then if I put the brush on your eye, they will move to your eyelashes, and you will experience what these insects do. Because the eyelashes are so sensitive. So even these insects are tiny, micro. They go on the eyelashes from the base, and they keep moving when you blink or whatever. And even when you're not blinking, they keep moving around, and it's irritating. And if you put any pesticides around them, or any cream, or wash your face and so on, they go inside the lid, under the lid. And sometimes they try to get in the eye itself, like what happened here in this eye. They got inside the eye here in 2 places, here and here, and this one they got here. So yeah, I am not gonna stay in San Sebastian. My plan is to move to France and settle down in the west coast, in Leland, near Mimizan, and start my life and my project there, and see what's going on, and yeah, hopefully achieve my dreams. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I hope someone is going to help me with insurance so I can leave very soon. Yeah, and if you can help, that would be great. Thank you. Bye.